Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Anne Manera, and we are live. So, I think we're live anyway. So, I see that Alice and Melody are watching this morning. My apologies to all the crazy video technology. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Alice and Melody? I don't know what is happening with technology today, but I don't know why it did that. So, can you hear me, Alice? And can you hear me, Melody? Can you... Okay, everybody can hear me. Okay, let me make sure that everything's all set. Good to see you, Melody. Thanks for joining me this morning. So, if you could share this out on your Facebook page or however we need to get other people out, it would be awesome. I don't know why there's a gray box in the middle of my screen. Don't even ask. I don't know why. I hope it goes away. I don't think it's going to. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know why there's a gray box there. Melody, I am technologically challenged today. Is that possible? Let's see if we can get anybody else to watch today. I don't know why there's a gray box. Can you see the gray box? All right, let me just check something. I thought there was a dog problem happening in my world. All right, let's see if we can get this shared out. So today, gray box is weird. I don't know why it's there. I'm so sorry. Hey, Lynn. You know, I thought I would try this like real live in real time, but look what's kind of cool is the comments are coming up on the screen. Can you see that? That's kind of cool. Scarlett says hello in her whiny, squeaky voice. You don't see a box, Melody? Yeah, I don't know why that box is there. Anywho, if you head over to the comments or to the video, to the description of this video below, you can go ahead and get this Black Widow pencils swatch chart that I have for free on my website. I combined all of the Black Widow pencils in one box. They are happy. I am happy. How do you know they're happy, Lynn? Lynn, how do you know they're happy? Are they singing? Scarlett and I are finishing up a strawberry yogurt. So, let me get this out. See if we can get this. We don't know what that is. Alright, let's see. Get this onto Facebook. I know, Scarlett. It's crazy, isn't it, honey? So, wow, I haven't done a live video in a long time. I feel like I'm like out of the loop and out of touch. Hopefully I can do this. I don't know. I feel like I'm like doing my very first video. I know, Scarlett. I'm gonna get you something. Can anyone share it out on a group, maybe? Boy, you know what's happening right now? All of the things that I hate about a color along or a live video. I colored aloud Gold Dust last night. I'm the Black Widows. All right, I'm just gonna get Scarlett a biscuit, and then we're gonna get going. I also have something else I might work on today. Okay, finally. All right, let's see. Scarlett says hello. Paisley says hey. Black Widow Dragon Pencils. Are they everything that you expected? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. This is my set. Thank you to Albert Jones. who sent me this box of pencils. This is not a paid advertisement for these pencils. I'm not getting reimbursed for any of this. So this has 36 colors. And what do you think about this whole, like, you know, double layer? Sometimes this bugs me, I gotta say. Well, we have a swatch chart here, and I did swatch my colors. So let me just move this around. See, you know what? It's just like all over the place. It's a frazzled day today. Anyone else having a frazzled day today? This is what I swatched. I did my swatch a little bit differently than some people do them. I did it so that it was more of a blend. So I did a gradient on my swatches, which I felt like was going to give you a good example of like, look at this wizard color, dark to heavy, medium, light. You know, heavy, medium, light pressure. So that's what I did for these Black Widows when I swatched my colors. So you can look in the comments of this video, or in the description of this video. There's a link, and I also sent out a link this morning in an email. So if you subscribe to my email, Scarlet's Biscuit. If I subscribe to my email, if you subscribe to my email list, then you would have gotten this swatch chart. So let's get cracking, shall we? You don't care for the Black Widow pencils, Melody? Really? Well, you know what I have to say? I really love the Scorpions because I think they're very soft. And I'm not crazy about the Cobras. I don't know if it's because of the colors, but I do feel like there might be a little bit of a difference. And this is my honest opinion, you know, like, no one's telling me to like them. No one's kind of like, you know, greasing the palm of my hand to say like them. But I really think that these are probably the best ones. I like the colors. I think maybe I might have wanted some more blues in this set, but other than that, I really like the colors. I like the blend, the colors from this orange palette all the way to the red. It's got a lot of nice purples. This one is a lot of reds. The names crack me up. I mean, Evil Red, Shiraz, Rusty Rose. I mean, some of them were kind of normal, but some of them kind of just were like, what was he thinking when he named these pencils? Gold Dust. This is the one that Lynn was talking about. And I don't know why, Lynn, but I immediately thought that it was this one, which is called Cardboard, which is more of a kind of a gold one. Someone who knows. This must be Dawn. Is that Dawn? Lynn says, I need a hint how to label the originals. They all look alike. Someone needs to create little sticky labels for them. You could do that, Lynn. I bet someone sells those on Etsy. You know, people sell weird stuff on Etsy, right? They're soft, smooth enough. They're not soft and smooth enough. Hey, good morning, Bonnie. Which set do you have, Melody? All right, I'm going to get started with the basket. So let's start out with Gold Dust because Lynn was a fan of it. We'll start out with this. They sharpen really well. Oh, it is Dawn. Okay. I love that. I love the handle, Dawn. Did I ever tell you that my niece has me in her cell phone as all-knowing auntie? When I call her, it comes up. Like, that's what she has as my contact. I don't know. I think it's kind of funny. Everyone thought it was funny, but my mom, she said, she doesn't know everything. What are you talking about? You know? Someone's got to, like, ground you, I guess, right? And tell you you don't know as much as you think you know. Bonnie Miller's here. Good morning, Bonnie Miller. So I'm glad everyone is joining me this morning. I mean, this is a kind of a new thing today. I hadn't been doing lives because Facebook was being a putz. And now I decided to try this one. But I'm going to tell you what I don't miss. I don't miss my squeaky dogs in the background deciding that they need to cry over something ridiculous. Let me go help her. I don't know what her problem is. What's wrong? Oh, I see the problemo. See, this is what makes me tight, Charlotte. All right, there you go. Paisley, Say it all with me, everyone. That's the last one, right? The last biscuit. How are you, Bonnie? Haven't seen you in a while, Bonnie Miller. Bonnie Hughes, how are you? So this year, as we, is everyone getting ready for the holiday season? Can you believe it's going to, I can't even believe it. It's like the last thing on my, I put up a teeny tiny Christmas tree last night, and that was it. Alice, as you know, I'm in the moving process, and the stress is unreal. All I can think about is how much I want to color, but it's all packed up. Oh, Alice, I know. I've been thinking about you, Alice, and I have been meaning to send you a message and see how you're doing. But let me tell you, this past week has been a little nuts for me. A little nuts. My dryer died. Had to buy a new dryer. It arrived, and the Home Depot installation people said they would install it, which I thought was a little odd for a gas dryer. Anyway, they show up, they look at me, and the guy climbs on top of the dryer and looks at the pipes and says, uh-oh. And you know when a guy says, uh-oh, right? You know what happens. You know that's like, oh my. And I said, I don't like that word, that phrase. What are you talking about? And they said they couldn't do it because they couldn't see, I don't know, the lever or something. It was, I don't know what their problem was. Anywho, they didn't install it, so they plopped the new dryer in my basement. Had to get somebody else to come over and install it, pay more money for installation, and then now the old dryer is sitting in my basement. I feel like Sanford and Son right now. I have an old dryer sitting in my basement. I have a couch I got rid of that's sitting in my backyard. I mean, I really am not that person. I have a lot of stuff to throw away, let me tell you. Paisley and Scarlett are good. Paisley was sick a few weeks ago, and but she's much better now. And Scarlett's quieted down a lot lately, but they're doing really good. They're so adorable. Every night now that we have, they like to listen to Alexa now because I have Alexa now. You know how I always said, oh, I would never get Alexa? Well, never say never, right? Lynn's probably laughing right now. I know. We use it to listen to music. But, you know, she wasn't working the other day. Did you notice that, Lynn? Alexa was not working when the Amazon was down with all of their streaming devices or their cloud service and everything. That was pretty crazy. All right, so this is that gold dust color. You're right, Lynn, this is a really pretty color. I don't know why that black box is on my screen. I don't know how to get rid of it. But I'm going to try to color away from it. I love to throw stuff away. Why didn't they take the old dryer away? Because they wouldn't disconnect it. So it remained connected. And then the other people that came, it was a friend of mine, so I didn't want them to, you know. I mean, how much can you expect from your friends? So, but Home Depot's going to come back and haul away the old dryer. I paid to have it hauled away, so they may as well do their job. I just don't feel like having it happen like at 6 a.m. Yes, I know, Bonnie Hughes. There's a gray box. I don't know why. It's a gray rectangle. I'm going to slide over. I don't know why. You know, well, I'm using a different streaming app on my phone for this, so that's part of the problem. So I don't know if I should have done this live video another way. Maybe I should have. I'll have to test it out. One of the things that I'm going to be doing as we go into through the new year, I don't know if I've talked about different things. I think the last color along, last week when I did that color along, I think I talked about some new things that were going to be happening in 2022. I can't even believe I'm saying that, 2022. But some new things that I'm going to be working on is I'm going to be doing some live streams on YouTube, and hopefully I'll be able to get rid of that gray box, right? That rectangle box. I'll figure it out. But I'm going to be working on some new types of live videos where I'm going to kind of call them studio sessions, I guess. And I'll be working on some different artwork. Like one of them, I mean, I can show it to you today too. I may do a small one if we have time today. But I work on these, I create these fiber art painting, these felted paintings, and I am going to be working on some of those. So I'll be working on some of those. I'll be working on some regular paintings. Color alongs will continue here on YouTube. And what I'll do is I'll do some pre-recorded, I'll do some live. I gotta kind of just see what happens in life, you know? Sometimes it's not convenient. You know, things happen. It's crazy. The color reminds me of goldenrod. For some reason, Bonnie, I always gravitate towards this type of color, like an ochre or... I was actually just thinking of something last night about this color, where I was doing a painting. Did you see that painting I posted? It's on YouTube here, actually. It's a painting I just finished last week, and I did a sped up video of it, so you can kind of like just watch it. And I used a lot of this gold color called King's Gold. It's an apple barrel paint color, you know. So that color, for some reason, really, I don't know what it is. It's a good neutral color. So it is a good neutral color, so you can kind of work its way. But, I mean, I'm coloring grayscale. We haven't colored grayscale in a long time. And I'm going in the direction of everything. So, I mean, I color these little pieces first. For some reason, I love to color a basket. And we're going to go back in with a darker color to kind of accent what is on the actual basket. Like the, what do you call it? What do you call the things? We always ask this question, I think. You haven't, Lynn says, I haven't talked to Alexa in a couple of days. I do the question of the day with her now. And I'm up to like, I don't know, 31 points. I don't know what my points are going to get me, but I never really thought that I was that knowledgeable about things until Alexa started asking me questions. So maybe I can go to Alexa University and I'll get a degree. I'll get my PhD from Alexa University. All right, I'm going to go with brown black. What an interesting color. Oh, brown brick. I do like this one, though. Has anyone used this one yet? I don't know why it's called cardboard. It has a shimmer to it. Weird. Lynn says, I saw a blanket for sale this morning. It was heated through an app. Interesting. All right, I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to just kind of hit these in-betweens. You know what I mean? The in-betweens. Oh, it's my friend from Card Services. Okay. Now, just kind of, see how it's just hitting in between it? It's just really making it pop. Color reminds me of goldenrod. I read that one. Bonnie Miller says, I'm doing okay, and I stay home mostly except for some food shopping and a couple of days a week, just trying to stay well. Yeah, I don't like to be out and about either. In the world, I just go to, like, well, today I do have to go to the deli and pick up some food, but I don't know. The other day I had a delivery from Walmart, I think, and I said to myself as I was dragging my my order in, I wonder if people in my neighborhood think that I just, like, order stuff online too much, because I have everything delivered. Isn't it amazing what you can have delivered? My next thing that I want to have delivered in I want to put like a little shed in my backyard and make it like a little studio next year. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have to have like a YouTube video of doing that. That would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Little art studio. Melody says, I'm always asking Alexa what the weather is going to be. I know, me too. Did you get snow, Mel? Did I see that you got snow in your area? I saw somebody else that posted something that lives near you. We got a dusting. But I gotta say, they made it sound like it was going to be a blizzard. I think it's melted by now, too. Is it snowing there today, Alice? Yeah, I did see something about a big storm coming, but oh, you know what? It happens. Snow happens, right? Okay, so let's see. We've got we're just kind of adding all of this. See how I'm just kind of adding that color, that brownish color there, just to kind of make it pop. Not all the way, just an unfinished line again here. And then, of course, we've got to talk about our greens and our colors for the grass, or the greens that's in this basket. And then we'll pick some colors for some flowers. The other thing that you could do with this too is you could completely leave this completely white, those flowers. Did anyone see that commercial? I keep seeing it on YouTube actually. It's a commercial, I think it's by iPhone people. And it's about this little girl and she saves a snowman. His name is Simon. It's called Saving Simon. Anyone seen this commercial? And she saves the snowman. It's a little short snowman, maybe like a foot tall. And she brings him inside and she puts him in the freezer and she takes care of him for the entire year. It's adorable. Dawn says, we got maybe 2 inches, but it is going to 60 degrees by Saturday. Can you even believe it? This weather is nuts. I know, it's crazy. Crazy. So has anyone missed these live sessions where we can chat with each other? I have missed them. But let me tell you, that Facebook was driving me nuts. It was just getting to be too stressful where people could not view it. People couldn't see it. Isn't that commercial adorable, Alice? I think I've watched it like 3 times, and I'm not a commercial watcher. I always zip past. I'm going to add some of this cardboard color just to kind of give it a little bit of a shimmer. Because this is shimmery. I don't care what they say. I don't know why it's called cardboard, but this is a shimmery color. Just kind of on the edges a little bit. Just for like an accent. You probably can't see it on camera, but I know it's here, so trust me. You do miss the live videos? Hey, Sherry. Ooh. I said, hey, Sherry, and Siri thought I was talking to her. Isn't that funny? How dare she interrupt? She was being a little bit nosy. All right, let's move on to the flowers. I'm going to make my flowers pink. I like this color called Lady Jane. Yeah, I miss them too, Alice, let me tell you. But I thought maybe I could kind of like, you know, pepper them in. And then as we go into the winter months, I mean, it was kind of crazy. I don't know. It was like one thing after another lately. I'm hoping that I got some stuff to do over the weekend that I'm hoping is just going to be like, after that I can just kind of take a breath, you know? Alice, you must be feeling the same way. Unpacking from moving is very stressful. Or it can be, right? I mean, especially when stuff is packed up. It's like, what do you take out first? You take out like bedding. I mean, you got to take stuff out to relax. So don't let the coloring stuff or the art supplies stay inside boxes for too long. All right, so there's that pink color. Now, some of these have kind of like a little bit of a vein, and I'm just going to kind of hit them. Boy, it's funny how Scarlett does not make these noises when I'm doing this by myself. Scarlett, why don't you come over here and lay down with me, okay? Sit down, sweetheart. It's okay. Lay down, baby. Lay down, Scarlett. Lay down. Good job. I know. It hurts when you lay down. I get it. All right, so I'm just kind of adding a little bit of an accent here. I'm going to make this one pink, too. Let's just stick with all pink. Isn't it adorable, Bonnie? That commercial is very cute. It always happens. I only ever see it on YouTube, though. So I don't know if it's on regular TV or not. And she even takes the snowman camping. I thought that was like, I can't believe it. I mean, it's TV. It's fake, right? So she put it in a cooler and he survived. Such stress. I'm trying not to pivot. See, Dawn has the right idea. Dawn says the first thing she moved was her craft room. I know. I think that would be the first thing I would move to. I don't know. I'm going to go with pink on this one also. And trying to color in the same direction of all of the colors. And here's another one here. Let's do this one. Alice says, when I get into the apartment, I will have to, so many neighbors, I will have to adjust to this. Oh, people. Well, that's good, isn't it? I lived in an apartment one time, and there were people, there was like a, yeah, it was an apartment, but it was like a townhouse style. So everyone shared the same backyard. And sometimes you would go outside and you would be like, oh, people, go away. It's okay if we're all thinking that, right? It was like, oh, look who's out there. I think that now sometimes, though. It's like, oh, I'm not going to go out there because so-and-so is out there. So I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit of a hit of this pink color. And then we'll go back here also for this color here. Now, the rest of it, I'm really just going to kind of... Oh, we got some pink back here, though. Pink. We'll go back with some green for the rest of it. Now, these two things, I think they're eggs. How about you? I'm thinking that they are. You've only seen it on regular TV? So should we all come visit you, Alice, and have a big party so your neighbors can say, man, she is a party animal, right? We'll have to all go, like, hang with Alice, and then she can say, those neighbors can say, get rid of her. What happened? No, that would be mean, wouldn't it? That would be very mean. All right, this one is called Grass Blade, which appropriately so. So I'm just kind of hitting all of these pieces here. So Sherry, you must be loving this one. This is your grayscale colorist, right? There we go, this part right here. I always just kind of, hit the single individual pieces of everything. Now I'm going to take this darker color, which is called Green Glow, and I'm going to just kind of... Are you at the apartment now, Alice? Are you at your new apartment now, or are you still at home? Still at your house? See how I just kind of put those little dark sections there? Am I ready for Christmas? Bonnie Hughes is asking me. You know what? I am not. This has been the worst year for me for Christmas shopping. Well, let me see. I have one more gift that I just bought last night for someone on Amazon. I think that might have been the last gift that I needed to buy. But yeah, it was just, I don't know what we're doing for Christmas either, because somebody in my family has COVID right now, and I don't know. It's just been kind of, I don't know. You just kind of go wonder, like, do you get together? Do you not get together? That type of thing. So anyway, I don't know what we're doing. I did do Thanksgiving, and it was exhausting, so I'm not cooking a big dinner for Christmas. Are you ready for Christmas, Bonnie? Sherry says, I love Grayscale. I absolutely adore Santa Grayscale books I got from Amazon. Yeah, those are nice books. Alice says, I'm in the country now, but moving into a town. I'm still in my house, but moving boxes over to the apartment. Well, at least you don't have to move like right away, like within days. Hey, let me take a break away from this for 1 second here and go see what Scarlett needs, because I think she might have to go outside. Hang on 1 second, everyone. job, Skull. Oh, man. Okay, I'm back. All right, so get all this part right here. I don't know what it is about this Christmas, but I've had a really hard time, like, trying to figure out what to get people. I don't know what it is. I feel like every time I was shopping for gifts, everything was about electronics. And I was getting really frustrated by it, that I did not want to buy that type of gift. I wanted to buy a gift, you know? And I didn't want to give a gift card. Because that's kind of I don't know what it is about that. I mean, it's nice that people give gift cards, but I always feel like you put more thought into a gift that you purchase an actual gift, you know? Or even if you make a gift. I mean, Lynn, was it you that said to me you should give them all a coloring book? I don't know how that would go over with my family. They would be like, what? What am I going to do with this? So, I don't do that. I could give them paintings. There was one gift that I wanted to do to create, which I haven't done yet, but for my sister, but I can't talk about it because she might be watching. But it is just like more than I can show right now. Bonnie Miller saying, my plans for Thanksgiving were canceled due to the host coming in close contact with someone from COVID. Yeah, I had less people at my house because of the same reason, Bonnie. Right? It's awful. It's okay. There was a lot of leftovers, but oh, I don't know. It was tiring. Alice says, I will be near Walmart, Price Chopper, Dollar General, Tractor Supply, and Agway. Oh, awesome. There's a Tractor Supply near me, which I have never been to, and I've always wanted to go. I think I need to add that to my, to-do list for 2022. All right, here's orange petal, and I'm just going to color the egg with this, but I'm going to kind of go on on the side, So this one that's all I'm coloring on this. That's about it. So, I've got a couple of things that I can work on while we're together this morning. We can either swatch these Black Widow pencils, or I know that Marianne was asking me, but I don't know if she's here. Is she here? Marianne's not here with us this morning. I don't know. I'm surprised. I don't know if she's watching. If Marianne, if you're watching, say hey. So I have these felted paintings. I'll show you one that's sitting right here. This one's complete, actually. So let's leave this. I'm going to leave that the way it is. And I'm leaving the centers of these because I want them to just kind of be that color. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Lynn is saying, my nieces received Amazon cards. I don't know what they want or need, so it works for me and them. Yeah, I don't see Marianne either. Bonnie says, we only have to buy for our granddaughter, and we are getting her a gift certificate, so we have it easy. Oh, there you go. So I work on these felted paintings, and here's one of them, actually. It's a landscape painting. It's kind of an abstract. Thank you, Bonnie Miller. And kind of an abstract landscape painting. I'm actually going to send this out to Erin. Make sure that Marianne has the link, because I posted a picture of an other felted painting that I had done, and Marianne had asked me if I would send it out, would demonstrate it or do a video about it. And let me see if I can just get this to her. Okay, there we go. She had asked me if I could do a video about it, and she's not the first person that asked, actually. Several people had asked me to do a demonstration of how I do these. So it's basically fiber. So I'm going to show you exactly what it is here. Just kind of a quick little thing. And these are the types of things I'll be doing when I do the kind of YouTube live studio session type thing. They'll be spontaneous. They'll be, when I'm in the mood to create something, odd hours. And it's just basically fiber. So what ends up happening, I'm going to put this aside for a minute here. Let's see. What ends up happening is it's done with a needle felting. Has anyone ever done needle felting before? I always wanted to do it with make little figures of animals or people or little types of things like that. So it's this fiber. So here it is. It's like the fleece that goes inside a stuffed toy. That's how I kind of describe it. But because this is a synthetic one, this is not pure wool. And this is the actual finished piece. So there's the landscape that's there. So I don't know. What do you think? Should I demonstrate doing one of these? Sharp instruments will be used, so I just want to make sure that it's worth doing it. So let me know if you want me to show it to you. Sherry says, I usually go to St. Augustine, Florida for Christmas, but will be staying home to spend Christmas with my parents. My father is 87 and not doing well since his stroke. Oh yeah, I know sometimes family just kind of grounds us, right? I did a picture using just the dragon pencils. I will post it in the group later. Oh, awesome, Dawn. Dawn wants to see this. Okay. All right, so let's see. So first of all, what I use is this like felting block, and I'm just going to start one like from nothing. I don't usually have like a plan. I don't really have a drawing for them. So here's my felting block. Okay. And then I'm going to take, let's hope I don't stab myself while I'm doing this. I've done it before. We'll hope that it doesn't happen today. So I tend to use you can use a piece of wool, like a wool batting, or you can use a piece of felt. So let's see what's in here. Let's fit on this little thing. I like to do them tiny. All right, so let's do this one where it's kind of like a small one, right? This is my little very, very sharp scissor that I'm using. Whew, that is the sharpest instrument I think I've ever used in my life. So sometimes I use this lighter felt, this easier, like, it's just very thin felt. If not, I'll use this is called like a wool fabric. Let's see if I have, all right. I usually pin this down. I pin it in place. And then what I try to do with these is I try to, create something based on the frame size that I have. So let me see what I have over here for this frame. I think I have something that this would fit in when I'm done. This is 4x4. I need to measure this. Let's see. So this frame with the little mat, it'll be for that, I guess. We'll make it for that one. And the reason why I kind of do it backwards is so that I know how much is in there, okay? So I definitely have a 3" by 3" square amongst this. So I've pinned it down. It has a little bit of a tear there. Not a big deal. Hey, good morning to Mary Randall. Good morning, good morning. So, put my little measuring stick over there. And now I'm just going to kind of pick my colors. So I'll do a landscape similar to this with some flowers. And let's pick some blues. And I don't really, I pick the colors ahead of time to a certain degree. Okay? I don't really go nuts with it. It's not really like, people would say, wow, that bag is a mess, right? All stuffed with stuff. Okay. So there's my blues. Let's start with the sky. And sometimes I'll do like an orange sunset sky. So that works out well too, is when I do the orange sunset sky. But let's go with this. So the way this happens is that you use this needle, which is the felting needle, and I just kind of keep it inside my little piece of foam. It's like a piece of foam. I just bought a bigger piece. And I'm basically going to start out with that sky type thing. So I'm just going to take some of this fleece or some of this wool, and I'm just going to kind of place it down. So imagine that this is the paint that you're using. So I'm going to mix my colors. And I have to say, this is probably one of the most relaxing, I'm going to move it over here. Is that better without that gray box? This is probably one of the most relaxing types of mediums that I've ever used. Don't ask, I don't know why. So I have my needles in two different forms. One of them is this. There's this little like holder for it. And I don't know why, but I'm not really crazy about this holder, but we'll see how it works today. You just kind of pop it in there. So there's the holder for that needle, for this one needle. And then I also have another one where it has multiple needles on it so that you can get a bigger area. But I'm going to start out with one. Very sharp instrument, so it is very dangerous. They even, the kit that I have even has these little, like, you know, finger gloves. I don't use them. So let's, you know, just hope for the best. So I'm basically just poking this fiber into the wool backing. Now, it can start to get very dimensional if you kind of like slant the needle. And see how this is kind of sticking up and it goes right through. So when this is taken away, you'll see that it kind of is attaching itself and it's still kind of in the back. So then I'm going to take a little bit more of this blue. So the more colors you put on top of one another, the darker it will get, or the colors will actually start to change. There's my friend calling me every day, every single day, about my car warranty. I'm going to add some white. So some people do this where they, at the end, they do a wet felting where they wet it. I don't do that. When it's done, it's done. Sometimes I frame them where they are in the frame where you can touch them. Others have glass. But I think that the easiest part for me anyway is to start out with my frame and know my frame size. Because I did a few of them and then I was like, I can't find a frame for that. So I just bought a whole bunch of frames, and then I just say, okay, well, this is the frame I'm going to use. And this frame that this one's in with this glitter on it is actually from the dollar store. So, I mean, yay, Dollar Tree, right? Bonnie says, do you buy the different colors in a multicolored bag? Yes. No, it's not itchy. Yes, this set was all of these little bags. I think there was 100 of them maybe in all different colors. It was a whole kit. I got this, and then I bought this whole little kit with all of the tools separately. These are not wool, Alice. These are just like a fleece. They're a synthetic fleece. So I agree about the wool thing. I mean, I haven't used any wool yet. You know, the only reason why I haven't used any actual wool is because of the price. You know, like each one of these like little bundles can be pretty expensive. I'm looking for a darker blue. Is this a dark blue? It is. And then I have this bag. I actually bought this bag of these scraps, these wool scraps, because you can put it on different backings. So these are like little pieces of like wool fabric. So this was fun to have as a little tiny like bag of scraps. So I'm going to just kind of plop some of this darker color down. And then you'll see how you can kind of like really, I'm going to use my multi-needle tool. I guess it could take out aggravation on, like, maybe if you're upset. It's kind of like bowling. I always think that bowling is all about, like, you know, you're upset with someone, go bowling. So I'm just going to kind of smooth it out a little bit. Add some more blue into the sky. And I kind of like the single one better. I mean, sometimes at the end, I'll go with the multi needles. And then see this part right here that I did like that blob of that other blue. I'm just gonna kind of put some of that blue on top of it and some of this white. But I don't want it to be like a plop of white. I want it to just kind of be like, kind of like spread out enough. Go back to my multi-tool. Hey, Bev Larson. Bev's like, what the heck is going on here? I thought this was a color log. Bev, I'm doing a demonstration of these felted paintings. You would love it, Dawn. You should get it. I'll have to send you the links. I got it all on Amazon. And the way I first learned how to do it was that I took a course in how to do it online. And I bought a kit with it. So see how that's kind of just representing the sky right now? So now I'm going to jump into the bottom section. So now let's see. We've kind of got some greens going on for the bottom. I don't really like that green though. Let me see. Matter of fact, there's a YouTube channel every Wednesday. I don't know if it's Living Felt is the name of the company, but every Wednesday they do a felt along. You love it, Bev? So just kind of placing that there. I have this kind of dark one. Now, what's cool is that you can kind of make some sort of lines. I'm going to take this and just kind of twist it and put it here. My phone is just like, you know, blowing up, as they say. So there's kind of like that section there. And I like to add some brown in that landscape area. So I'm just going to plop that there. Plop, it's the official word. It's very cool, Sherry. I always was fascinated with it. All right, now look, I'm going to do this. I'm going to twist this. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to take my single needle and I'm going to poke it into here. So what that's doing is it's kind of creating more of a dimension to it. And as I come around, I'll come back down. I've never done this on camera before, so I don't know. And then you can kind of make a tree. And these are very abstract landscapes. I just finished 4 of them actually for as a commission for a client that wanted lighthouses. So I just did 4 of those for Christmas presents. So see how that just kind of goes in there. Now if I kind of like poke inside there, it'll be more of a dimension. And I mean, some of them I've done kind of like in one sitting, depending on the size. You can make so many things, not just paintings. I know you can, right? You're right, Bev. And I gotta add some different colors in this bottom section too, like some different. I mean, I could add some yellow down there, right? Could also make it so there's a tree sticking up with a darker color. Maybe like right here, we could kind of like smush this all together. I mean, just to kind of make it stick up a little bit. I don't know if that's going to hit the 3" by 3" square that I'm trying to like stick inside of. There are a lot of kits you can buy that have just like all of the fibers in the fleece for the whole set. Like you can, it has the picture, they're pre-drawn. I want to try doing a dog's head. That's my next project that I'm going to be working on. I'd like to try it for a Christmas present. I don't know if I'm biting off more than I can chew though. I don't really know if it's going to be like, should I have done that? Can I do it? I didn't think I could do the lighthouses, but you can draw it out first if you want, or you can just kind of go with this like freestyle, free form abstract. And see how there's kind of like little hills that are there? I haven't tried a little person or a like any type of little creature yet though. You know, I haven't done that part yet. I'm going to pop some of this very, very dark. It looks like a charcoal, but when you put it up against here, it almost looks like green. And I'm going to leave it so that it's kind of skinny. So So it kind of creates maybe like a little like line in there. And then this looks like it needs to have a little bit more brown right here. You could do it from a picture, from your head. This is just kind of like, you know, my imagination type thing. Kind of fold this in a little bit. Can you post the different website channels you were talking about? I would like to check it out. Yes, I can pop it over by, well, I believe one of them is called Living Felt. A few people asked me if I would do a class on this. I don't know how I mean, I've watched them, but I think that the best way to do this is to just jump in, you know? So it almost looks like that now that I'm done and I'm looking at this, it almost looks like this is kind of like the landscape there, and there's kind of the mountain. Doesn't it? Can you see that? I'm going to take a tiny bit of this, these two greens and this charcoal, and I'm just going to kind of blend them together by just kind of like pulling them together, and it almost like it sort of mixes the color together. See, it becomes a different color when it's all clumped together. Okay? And then I'm going to just kind of create like a little bit of a tree over here, up here. Or like a shrub. But see how that blending of the fibers actually created, can you tell, or is it just in my head? It actually kind of created a little bit of another color. All right, so here's another one. Just gonna kind of put it right there. And you can kind of pull up on it. Maybe I like it because it's like a, you know, frustration reliever. It's like, I'm just going to go stab something. All right, where's that brown? So these are the types of things I want to do for like the studio session stuff, you know? Pull some more green in here. Thank you, Sandra. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I didn't think I could do it, and now I love it. I mean, it's very relaxing to me. It's not frustrating at all. I don't know what this is right here. I have not tried the wool roving, though, only because of the price, you know? Plus, it would make the price of, like, the ones that I have available for sale on my website, it would make the prices come up really, really, really high, you know? Dawn says, I like it. I'll have to figure out how to do a portrait of a dog. It's like coloring. Is it like coloring with felt? Dawn, we should talk about it because I have, where is it? I don't want to show you the one I have. I'll have to show it to you. But anyway, there's a marker I bought. Where is the marker? Let me show it to you. I'll show you the marker, but I don't want to show you the other thing. Because the dog that I want to do for a gift, and I don't know if that person's going to watch or not. So I bought this marker called Sulky Permanent Ink Iron-on Transfer Pen. And you basically draw whatever you want to draw on a piece of paper, and then you iron it on, and this transfers to the fabric. You could use it for any type of fabric, actually. You think a class? I think it would have to be, you'd have to have the whole kit, though, right? So maybe my class would have to include the whole kit. Maybe I could put together a class where I would have a pre-drawn piece of fabric, right? A pre-drawn backing, and then the colors. We could do that, right? That would work. It would work that way. The colors. This is what I miss about live videos, by the way. I miss the feedback from people about what's happening, about different things, the feedback with different ideas of what to do. That's the part I miss. I really think that if it wasn't for live videos, I probably would have lost interest in coloring books a long time ago. So thank you everyone for fueling me. Yes, the kit, right? So it would have to be like a kit that would have whatever we're going to be working on for that day. And it would have to have like all of this stuff. So yeah, let me see what I can put together as we go into January, because I'll be doing the live sessions for the studio sessions, and everyone's welcome to watch. But it would be nice if you had like instruction about what to do, wouldn't it? And then the other things that I'm gonna do a class on how to create a coloring book in January. I'm gonna be putting that together. That's gonna be a pre-recorded video class with a couple of either 1 or 2 meetings that would be live on Zoom. So so that we can kind of like get together and say, okay, well, what about this? What about that? And then kind of answer some questions. So that's coming in 2022. What else has happened in 2022? I've got a lot of books actually. I'm working on Color Along Volume 18. So those books are going to be coming out. I actually have Color Along Volume 18 on my computer right now. I was working on it this morning, trying to assemble. And you know, I thought about it when I was doing that, and I actually said to myself, wow, maybe I should do, like, instead of a color along, maybe it should be a color along book, draw along book. But I just decided to go with the color alongs for that book. I'm going to be doing a drawing workshop. That's the other thing I'm going to be doing in 2022. I'm putting together a drawing workshop. Yes, Bev, it's called felting, needle felting, painting with felt, painting with fibers. You could, if you go on Instagram, there's so many people. There's one artist that I follow out of, she in Scotland, maybe? Moy McKay. Incredible. And there's some books you can buy. I have a couple of felting books, just for ideas. There's lots of kits that you can buy, but you just get the kit. You know what I mean? So if you're looking for something that's hands-on, that, hey, I have the kit, I'm going to sit here, we're going to do it live. And we could do it on Zoom too, Sandra. It would be a lot easier to do it on Zoom so that we can, I think it would be easier. I don't want to do live Facebook, you know, but that type of thing, we could do it on Zoom. Now, this one, I put another tree right here. But I'm not liking this whole piece right here, so I'm just going to cut it out. I have to tell myself to be careful with this very sharp tool. Man, this is a sharp instrument, let me tell you. All right. So that's my last tree. Well, let's put some other clump of greenery right here. So, Dawn, I think that I was thinking of you while I was trying to set up my drawing for the dog one that I want to do. It's really about just kind of getting the lines. And there's some videos out there that really kind of show you how to do the dog noses. But imagine, I mean, especially, some people do them with the actual dog's fur, you know? Bev says, I think I looked it up in the past. To do your own is expensive, I think, instead of a kit. You need a castle in this picture. You think? Oh, I don't know about that. I think I'm going to put some flowers. All right, so make it simple. If I was going to put a castle in this, I probably would have drawn it first. Would have done a drawing on the backing first and then done it. That's how I did the lighthouse ones. All right, so this one, I'm just going to kind of hit it with my multi-needle tool. Isn't it interesting, Bonnie? I forgot who I showed it to. Somebody. Like in real life. The real world. In person. And their response to me was, I don't know how you have the patience for that. It's really very interesting. Now, at this point, sometimes people take this and they wet it. It's called wet felting. I do not do that. I haven't gotten to that point. The reason why I don't do that is because that is meant more for when you're working with wool. So it's just not, I'm not working with pure wool. So all right, so there is my that's my landscape. Now I'm gonna I'll take some of this really hot pink, this magenta, get my little pieces away, and I'm gonna pop some. Thank you, Bev. I'm gonna pop some of this. Okay, so have you seen those? They do it with soap too, Dawn. Right? So I'm just kind of making these little balls. And I'll pop some little tiny flowers in them. And then what I usually do is just kind of like, you know, snip them. And there's my little tiny flower. I'm going to do another one. I'll snip it with my very sharp instrument. Oh man, the first time I ever caught myself with that, let me tell you. I felt like I had been stabbed. I'm not going to put any leaves or any stems around these. These are just kind of like, you know, little tiny. If you take a look at my website, annemanera.com, you can see, if you click on paintings, you can click on paintings, and felted paintings are on there. So you can see the different ones that I have for sale. Different ones that I've done. All right, so here's another little one. Some people do this like swirling technique where they put the needle into it and then they swirl it around. I don't really have that swirling motion going with this. I was watching something else the other day. Had swirling. I've watched the ones where they do a 3D portrait of your pet. 3D, like pick it up 3D. I know, me too, Bonnie. Bonnie says, I have plenty of dog hair that would work. Just need to dye it in different colors. You know, I was thinking the same thing the other day when I was cutting I was trimming Paisley. And I said, you know, I could use this. I think it's kind of weird, though, to use real dog hair. But you could. Or cat hair, or I don't know. I'm going to put one more right here. Maybe that one's too big, actually. Use my very sharp instrument. I'd like to try the one where it's just like a stand-up, you know, little animal, a dog. But I'm not really interested. I mean, when you do that, you basically kind of like felt the needle felt it by just kind of poking into itself, and it makes it into like a clump. I have a little snowman that was done like that. All right, so what do we think here? Do we need anything else? Does it need any? I mean, I'll probably fool around with it some more. They make it of the head. It's like a sculpture. Yes, I've seen those too. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know. I haven't done that yet. All right, I'm going to put a tiny line right here with this. It's almost like thread. And then you can add other things. Like you can add embellishments to it. Sometimes, which I guess maybe I'll add to this. Sometimes you can add other things to it. You can poke into it. Like you can add thread. Sometimes you can go back in and you can like sew those flowers in with a needle and thread. Maybe like a silk thread. This piece of whatever is going to go away. Sometimes I use, which I guess maybe I will use it, this twine that I have. And I think it just kind of gives it a shimmer. Swirling would be good for doing wind. The white backing is, you can either use felt, Bev, or you can use, this wool fabric. It's like a wool, it can be expensive actually, but this is probably the most expensive part of the whole, well, no, it's not the most expensive, but this is just 100% wool felt. So it is felt, wool felt. So that part's wool, but sometimes I just use regular felt. Matter of fact, I have a roll of white felt that I bought at Dollar Tree. So this is just twine that I'm just kind of pulling apart. It's very fibrous. And then I'm just going to place it on top of it. And it just kind of gives like a, I don't know, a magical look, I guess, you know? And then I'm going to use my multi-needle tool. I guess it would be good for doing wind, but that's more like, they actually do a swirling where they take the clump of the oh, you're welcome, Bev. Take the clump of it, of the actual fiber, and they swirl with the needle. I was thinking the same thing, though, about, like, the wind. Like, swirling it to make it look like it's... I thought there was someone standing outside my window. That wouldn't have been good. Oh, I wish I could stay here all day and do this, but I have to end soon because I need to go pick up stuff at the deli. And... what a pain, huh? All right. So, I think this is done anyway. So this fibrous part of it just kind of comes away. And then basically what ends up happening is, let's put it in the frame, right? Maybe we'll finish the whole thing. I'm just going to pop it in this frame. Now, there's two options here. Either you can put it in the frame without the glass or with the glass. I kind of like the concept of with the glass because it will allow for it to not get dirty, you know? This has a little tiny little white, you know, cheapo matte board on it. So now I'm just basically going to take my pins out. Maybe we'll finish the whole thing, right? A Scottish mist in the air. You're right. All right, so now I'm going to pull away on this. This gets reused, the black little thing. Then I'm going to say, okay, well, where does this go? There we go. So I basically kind of like eyeball it. Where does it go? I'm going to leave it in there. I am going to trim a little bit off the top here so it fits in there better. This is kind of thick, this one, this felt here. So I am a little worried that the backing will not fit on. And if that's the case, then I usually just use like foam core on the back. Now, just going to get my tape. I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay. All right, now I'm just going to tape it down because you're not going to see what's back here, right? I guess I should be saying at this point, if you'd like to purchase this, oh, I know, Marianne, you missed it. But you can watch the review. I mean, the replay. At this point, I should probably say, and this one is for sale. Right? I have to just snip a little bit off this. I did the whole thing, Marianne. I just said I wish I could stick around longer, but I'm just going to frame this. And then I'm going to sign off because I need to go to the supermarket and buy, like, stuff at the deli. You know? I just saw your message, by the way. I have to go for the same thing on Saturday. Wish me luck. Marianne, so I'm telling that to. All right, let's see. So there we go. That's all snug as a bug and a rug in there, right? All set. And then I would just put some, I mean, you could put this backing on it, but I'm not sure if it's going to fit. It's going to go the other way. Let's see if it does. This is like anticipation, isn't it, Marianne? All right, so I'm going to see what I can do about putting a class together for this with a pre-drawn kit with everything, you know, the whole shebang, right? And there it is, it's done. Can you see that okay? We don't know why there's a rectangle box on the screen, by the way. And this one's finished. Very Van Gogh. Look, doesn't it look very Van Gogh-ish? You can't see it with the glare. My apologies. But I'll take a picture of it. But it just kind of sits now. Either you can hang it or you can kind of like sit it. Because this frame has this on here. As far as this part back here, this backing situation that's going on, I think that I would just go back in and with some really neat tape, just kind of tape it up, you know? So, but if you're interested in a class, let me know. Because I'll put something together in the new year that will have, the whole thing will work on one project together. Even a frame. I'll even include a frame. So if it has all the supplies, you're more apt to say, wow, I can do this, right? I can put this all together and I can create this little project. Dawn is, Sandra's interested. I think it would be fun. And we could do it on Zoom so that we wouldn't have to worry, and we could have the option of Zoom being either on camera, off camera, on camera when you feel like it, off camera when you feel like it. I just took a class recently on Zoom, and it was off camera. The participants were not on camera. But it's easier on Zoom. Pretty cool, isn't it? So, yeah, so if you're interested in purchasing this one here, I will, just let me know. If anyone's interested, I can get you a price for it. And it would make a great little gift, wouldn't it? So I have some smaller ones on my websites. Donna, hey, Donna Grabowski. Donna's interested too. All right, let me just make a note with my pencil. With my colored pencil. I'll know what this is. And I'll know who you are. You want to purchase this, Sandra? Oh, thank you. This one is $30. I can sell this one for $30 with shipping. Because I kind of know like the price of all the stuff. Zoom is very easy, Bonnie. Easier than you would imagine. I could show you. We could do like a test. Sandra, I will message you today with the information. Thank you so much. So that's some of the things that I'll be doing during studio sessions too. Is and I want to change the back too, Sandra. I'm gonna like change this back, and I'm gonna sign it. I'll sign it in the bottom on the frame on the mat board. But the other thing is that during the studio sessions that I'll be doing is I will be selling whatever I'm working on. So it's a fun way to see it, right? A fun way to see something be created live, and then, wow, look what I'm going to purchase. So thank you so much, Sandra. I appreciate it. All right, my friends. Thanks so much for joining me today. I will, hopefully I'll try to do a live next week. I'm not sure. I've got a couple of things happening next week. If not, it'll be pre-recorded. And I will see everyone soon. But watch for some studio sessions that will be happening as we get closer to the new year. It is. You can either use Zoom on your desktop if you go to the Zoom website, Bonnie, or you can put an app on your phone. And basically when you're in a Zoom class, you get a link to it. So it's just a regular link. So you're signed up for the class, you get a link, you click on the link, it brings you right into the Zoom class. So you don't really need to download anything at that point at all. Thanks so much, Sandra. Hey, thanks for watching, everyone. It's Bonnie. If you have any more questions, send me a message. We can go over it. I just need to head out, get some stuff done, and then I'll be back in the office later on today. Have a great day, everyone. I will talk to you soon.